welcome to The Quack. My name is Mary, and this is the audio adaptation to my blog, The Quack, where I tell facepalm moments and muddled observations. It is 2 weeks until Bad Dates Club comes out. How exciting. If you like Damien Elman, you'll like Bad Dates Club. I started writing it when I was single, and it is basically capturing that time. And I wanted to use some of the elements that I came across dating in this sort of post-COVID era in your 30s and the pressures that come with that. So please pre-order that on Amazon or wherever you get your books, and I will love you forever. I basically got sucked into a reality TV program whilst I was like right at the end of doing final tweaks on my book Free for that round of edits. And yeah, it got in my head, this program. And I know reality TV, it's meant to be light entertainment. You shouldn't overthink it, but I couldn't help myself. So that's what this Quack is. And to be fair, it's been a while since I've done a modelled observation. So I hope you enjoyed this one. In terms of seen, listened, read, recently I finally read Yesteryear. Great book. Very bleak indeed. I was quite, need something funny to read after this. I also went to a stage play. It was my neighbour Totoro. Oh God, I know it was a kids play, but oh my gosh, it was just so lovely. That was like a Saturday night, and just this giant rabbit thing is on stage. And even if you don't have kids, and you're in London, you should go see it. It makes you smile. And film-wise, I have watched The End of Oak Street with Anne Hathaway, and basically that's just loads of dinosaurs invading the suburb and sort of eating the people and destroying their lives. And we had this child behind us, this little boy, who was just narrating all the way through the film, which was kind of cute. And when these dinosaurs were eating the pet cat, he was saying, "Oh, well, at least they're sharing." I'm also turning 35 next week. I can't believe it. 20 years ago, I was 15, 20 years ago. Yeah, quite scary. But it'll be fun. I'm going to go to Soho with some friends, and then the week after Bad Dates Club comes out. So it's quite a crazy fortnight, and I'm sure I'm going to find a lot of Quack material in that time. But before that, let's listen to this Quack. Thank you once again for tuning in, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Here it is. Reality TV, glorifying the fuckboy.
You'll make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
I really try to avoid reality TV, because if I watch one episode, I become addicted. The overproduced conversations and the fake relationships turn my brain into a spud. And yet, I can't help but to keep watching more and more. That was what happened this month with a show called Let's Marry Harry. The premise was simple and disturbing. 20 women compete to win Harry's love. The lucky winner gets to marry the guy. Aww. During the competition, they all live in a Californian ranch. The women squashed into bunk beds while Harry enjoys his king-sized room. It had a cult chic feel about it. I did not know who Harry Jowsey was, but the introduction montage did a pretty good job of summing him up. A notorious playboy who had taken part in a variety of ab-flashing dating shows, including Too Hot to Handle and Heartbreak Island. Real highbrow stuff. We were shown Harry driving along the coast in a black Mustang, his white linen shirt flapping in the wind, a big old grin on his face. I rolled my eyes at the TV. Oh, come on, this man is not ready to settle down. The first scene saw the women arrive at the ranch. They strutted down a path in heels and found an engagement ring waiting for them. They were now engaged to Harry, apparently, despite never meeting him. This didn't seem to matter. He was tall, famous and rich after all. Nor did they mind that 19 other women were engaged to the man. Did I mention he was tall? Over the 8 episodes, I watched in horror as Harry flipped from one gorgeous woman to the next, dangling the carrot of commitment. He kissed each one with as much passion as a leading man in a romantic war film. It would have been a terrible time to get a cold sore. His glory moment was when he had sex with a contestant in his ensuite, as the other women hovered nearby, feeling like mugs. This is a ghastly way to treat people. Okay, maybe I was too old to be watching what was meant to be light entertainment. Chill out, old lady, and let the man find his wife, Christ. But I couldn't help to be a little concerned that Netflix seemed to be hero-worshipping a professional fuckboy. It gave me flashbacks to when I was dating my very own fuckboy. Actually, I dated a few. It was surprising how many I accidentally fell for. It always ended with me staring at the unanswered message on my phone, thinking, oh damn it, not again. I found the ones who treated me to a lavish dinner on the first date the worst offenders. It was like I gave the guy permission to be a twat because he had paid for my baked aubergine. And yet, no aubergine was worth feeling like an abandoned cat scratcher, even the posh baked ones. It was depressing how many times I had to listen to Aretha Franklin to pump my self-respect back up. Should I still have to be doing this over a 36-year-old man? When I landed back on the dating scene, I thought it would be smooth sailing, but it was a goddamn maze. There was an ever-growing gap between men and women which I hadn't prepared for. I was aware of misogyny, but was clueless about the manosphere, and more so, how popular it was. That's not to say every man who offers to pay for a meal is doing press-ups outside Andrew Tate's prison, but the line between chivalry and control were being blurred. What I thought was a gesture of someone really liking me turned out to be a power move. In the end, I found it was easier to just split the bill. So back to Harry. We got down to the final 2 women and the lad became stressed and sleep deprived. I'm in love with 2 women and I can imagine my life with both of them, he moaned to the camera. He spoke to his mate, toying with the idea whether he should go through with the wedding at all. His mate reassured him that there was zero pressure to get married. I screamed at the TV. But there is pressure. The show is called Let's Marry Harry, not Let's Get Led On by Harry until the final episode. It was as if he liked the part of the show where he had 20 women to fondle, but now he had to commit to one, it wasn't so exciting anymore. Funny that. Eventually, after a lot of moping around, he chose his winner. They got married on the last episode. As they said their vows, I think I was meant to feel warm, gooey, and full of love. Isn't it so nice to see this man get what he wants? Instead, I felt like I had spent hours watching a spoiled kid in a candy store, sucking all the sweets and getting to leave with his favourite one. And what about his wife? Did she want to marry him? Who knows? Who cares? At least with the other dating programme, Love is Blind, there's an equal power balance and insight into each contestant's personal stories and their growth, whereas in Let's Marry Harry, the women were as insignificant as trees in a pantomime. Anyway, I binged it, and probably shouldn't have. I've been ranting about it ever since, convinced I have watched some sort of trad wife propaganda. Conspiracy! I was on the phone to my mum about it just this afternoon. Can you believe they made this in 2026? I said. Now look at me, writing a quack about it. My brain is a spud, a very angry spud. I wrote a fuckboy character in my new novel, Bad Dates Club. His name is Nick, he's an account director, and insists on paying for dates. You can read about him on September the 10th. Pre-order right now.